Help. I can't even.
Come on. What's the problem? You know you're jealous of my awesome new fanny pack. My awesome new caddy pack. Pew, 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 pew. Like that? You like that?
Mm-mm.
You ready to go do some sourcing?
I'm gonna stay home.
Yeah, you want to go out and do some sourcing? I need to get some money from my wallet and pull it out of my caddy pack.
I'm really glad that they can't even see that whole thing going on right now.
Oh, it's right. Hold on. This is the best part though, guys. Look. Look.
I know. Fanny does mean something entirely different across the pond.
Look at it. It comes with its own little tiny worry doll. Look how cute that is. Fits right here in my caddy pack. There we go. Zip that up. There we go.
She could not look more ridiculous today if she tried, guys. And I'm not throwing down a challenge. Trust me.
I don't know what you're talking about. Are you saying I didn't try?
All I know is that thank God that today is not a day where either one of us will be leaving the house. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, Katie's got a lot going on.
I've got my Taco Cat shirt on.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got my cat pants. My cat pants.
No.
Mm-hmm. She wanted me to go with her to Walgreens to drop off some boxes for FedEx. And I said, I'm not changing my pants. And she said, never mind.
Yeah, very subtle. Yeah. There's a lot happening there. There's too much happening there is what's happening. It's not. I have lines.
So Allison is finally back home in Alaska. So you were gone for what, 3 weeks? And then your flight was overbooked and you got stuck in Hawaii for an extra 2 days, which on the surface, like, it's not terrible to be stuck in Hawaii for an extra couple of days. But you had like people ordering stuff like for the last 3 weeks. So you probably have about 5 million things to ship out. I hope that you don't end up with too many late. What are you looking at my hat for?
Because somebody just said it was a Rally Roots hat. It's not. It's a Dutch Brothers hat, actually.
It's Dutch Brothers. Check that out. My favorite coffee place. It's actually a really cool hat. I just wore it because the colors are ridiculous and it went with my whole outfit. Anyway,
my whole outfit,
as they say, as the kids say.
No, they don't say that.
They do say fit. Sorry, you don't know about that, Grandma. The fit.
Oh, I'm Grandma. But this is how you present yourself to the world.
Anyway, guys, what's happening? It's Wednesday. This one over here is pretty excited about it. She might be a little sad because our friends left this morning, which is why our show is later than normal, because they were leaving like at 11:30, and we were like, we'd rather be able to hang out right up till the end so we can cry. But anyway, we have friends who are visiting from Rhode Island, but they're actually moving here in a few months. And so they were here signing all the paperwork for the house that they're having built. We're getting new construction.
It's beautiful.
So, yeah.
I'm jealous.
Yeah.
They're going to be a whole 30 minutes away from us, but it's better than 3,000 miles away. So.
Exactly. Yeah. See, Allison says, nice fit, bro.
Just know, Allison, you're way too old to be talking like that.
Yeah. Now, I do want to say we got an awesome package in the mail that has some tasty treats in it that we're really excited about. We're going to save that for Friday, because Friday.
Did that come from Sunny?
Y'all know that Friday is new Skittle taste testing day.
It is, apparently.
Yes. So we got some skits. We got some skits to taste.
Oh, okay.
But we're going to do that on Friday. We're pretty excited about it. So thanks for the awesome little treats in the mail. Anyway, so Wednesday, what's Wednesday?
Wednesday is our all-day virtual Boss Up and List party that we have in the Facebook group.
Yep.
The Boss Facebook group. If you are not a member of the Boss Facebook group, you should be.
Yeah, you should be.
The link is down below underneath this video. And we post an early post in the morning and talk about our daily goals that we set for ourselves and check in with our virtual coworkers and hold each other accountable and all that good stuff.
Sorry, I'm taking your stuff away from you because you knock it on the table. Yeah, I'm not wearing my glove today just because I'm at home, and it's I will wear it when I go back out again. But yeah, so it's our virtual listing party day. I actually, because I didn't buy a ton of stuff last week, I actually finished all of my listings for the week yesterday.
Yeah, mine will be done Friday.
This next week, I won't have that same problem because I have 2 boxes full of stuff arriving by the end of the day tomorrow, FedEx, that I sourced from a guy in Pennsylvania from a Facebook group. And then also we're going to do our regular sourcing tomorrow. So I'm going to have plenty for this next week. But I went through and I listed everything I took pictures of, everything I sourced last week. So today I am going through, and long overdue. I've been really bad about ending old listings and doing sell similar and stuff. So I'm actually going through and doing that all day today. I've gotten through about almost 20 of them. So relisting them on, doing sell similar on eBay, and then any of the vintage ones, putting them over onto Etsy. I will say, guys, I'm a little, it's like, I'm not embarrassed enough to not list them again, but man, my pictures are terrible compared, like some of it's not everything, but some of them are things that are really, really old that really I just need to get rid of, but I'm just not ready to do it yet. So I'm letting them go through in one more cycle, and like lowering the prices and stuff like that. But man, some of them are like awful pictures, like the lighting just doesn't look good and the background's all, ugh, and I'm just like, ugh, I would never do this anymore, but whatever. It is what it is.
Susan, you did not miss the meetup last night. I actually sent an email out to everyone last week. I canceled the meetup last night. It was not my choice, but the Nevada Blind Center contacted me Friday afternoon and said that they needed to cancel the meetup because they needed the facility. So since we don't pay for the facility, there wasn't really anything I could do about it. Unfortunately, it was just very last minute, so I was not able to, reschedule within 4 days somewhere else.
Yep.
So we're on for April, and just going to do the same topic we would have done last night.
Redneckers and Resales just busted a $1.77 super chat.
All right.
You like that?
Weirdo.
I see Angela Myers in the chat. She has been going out of her comfort zone this last week and spending up a little bit, paying up a little bit for her stuff while she's sourcing. I'm excited to see how that goes because she's been doing lots of bins. She's from Oregon. I actually met her a couple of years ago at the Salem bins. And anyway, so she has been doing a lot of bin sourcing, but she's trying out. She's doing a little bit of some scary stuff, spending up a little bit, going out, doing it. It takes a little bit more time. But trying to bring up the average sale price. So I think that's pretty cool.
I think that's awesome. A little bit at a time. That's how it starts.
Yep. So I'm excited to see how it goes. And she's good at getting her stuff listed right away. So hopefully she's going to make some good sales with that. Redneckers and Resales, we love you.
Well, we love you too, Nathan. So yeah, I've got about 20 pictures left to take today, and then I'm all done with all my stuff that I sourced last weekend. So I'll be going on the sourcing all day tomorrow with Katie again.
I'm excited. I'm hoping. I haven't talked to me. I need to send a message out to Barry because I know I haven't seen Barry in like 2 weeks. I know.
Oh my gosh,
he's been harassing me. He's been trolling me on Instagram. He likes to post stuff on Instagram because he knows that like it drives me crazy because it's stuff that I want. And so I'm betting he probably will want to meet up at some point tomorrow because he probably has some stuff that he wants to sell me.
Jen Lee yesterday bought a pair of Doc Martens from the thrift. At home, I started checking comps and found there's a recall on them. And Doc Marten is sending you $139. Well, hey, you may as well have sold them for that.
What kind of recall is that? There must be some flaw in the shoe.
What Doc Martens have?
That is crazy. Do you get to keep them as well? I hope so. That'd be pretty awesome. Wow, that's
pretty
awesome.
Cool. I've never heard of any Doc recalls, but yay.
Sunny, the bins that I was talking about, the one in Salem, that one is open in Oregon. That one is open 7 days a week. I used to go there 2-3 times a week back when I was in Oregon. So but even when I was paying up and I'm going to like the regular thrift stores and stuff, I would always start my day at the bins and I would just be there for like maybe 45 minutes. I would do that here too, except the bins here just aren't anywhere near as good. They don't have as many clothing bins for you to go through, so it's just not worth taking the time to go over there. So
Melissa, how do you check sold listings on eBay?
On Etsy.
Oh, on Etsy.
On Etsy.
Yeah, I don't know. Actually,
It's a little
I've never
bit
done it.
I don't know. It's a little bit hard. I know you can go, like, if you're looking at a specific store, like let's say you wanted to go and stock my store, which the link is down below. You can actually go down on the lower left. It'll show the sold listings. You can click on that and you can see everything that's sold. And then you can use flippertools.com. Oh no, is it Flipper? Yeah, flippertools.com to see what they actually sold for. As far as just finding solds, I don't know. And that's just, I just don't know because I haven't tried looking for it. So I couldn't tell you.
Have we ever thought of doing a live haul on Thursdays? Nah, we do enough shows.
Yeah.
3 a week is overload to begin with. Never mind more.
It's true.
Plus, we do a little sourcing video that usually goes up once a week or once every other week. So yeah, there's a whole bunch.
We do our haul on Sunday, so so there's more than enough that we already do. But we love it. We love it. It's just every once in a while, it's like it kind of locks you into like all these days of stuff that we got to do. So anyway, okay, so yeah, Valerie said found the bins in Everett, Washington, just north of Seattle and less crowded. Yeah, that's what I liked about the Salem ones. Is the Salem bins, was just south of Portland, and Portland's got a few of them. And I found there was a lot less crowded, and there was less competition for the kind of stuff that I like to get. Because a lot of the people that were sourcing at the bins there were trying to get like more current stuff to like flip at like flea markets and stuff like that. I didn't feel like there was as much competition for like cool vintage like t-shirts and stuff like that. So I liked it. Okay,
I get started on the topic of today.
What is the topic of today?
The topic of today is offers to watchers.
Yeah.
So
what's it actually called though?
Offers to buyers. Sorry,
they changed
the
it.
name.
They changed it. I don't know why. I mean, I would guess. I mean, I don't know. Maybe because saying offers to watchers is too restrictive, and who knows. But
well, I think it's because they're going to offer it in a couple of other options.
Yeah, I don't know.
At a later date.
They haven't said anything like that, but it just kind of randomly changed from saying offer to watchers, and now it says offer to buyers. But it is technically being sent to watchers, but they call it offer to buyers.
So basically, we've done this show already. We did a show like this in September when it first started rolling out on the first wave to people to show people what it was, and we've now all had it. Well, Katie and I have had it, and a bunch of other people have had it since I guess the beginning to middle of September. But now it should be rolled out to everyone by the end of April, I believe. So almost everybody has it now. If you don't, you should have it anytime now. So you're going to be able to look at this. So it makes more sense for us to be showing it to you now because more people have it. So we want to show you how to use it, show you how to access it, and show you how to use it quickly and the most effective way to use it and send out multiple offers at a time, because it can be a little tedious if you look at it and don't realize how quickly you can make it happen or how you can make it happen faster, because it does take a bit of time with everyone.
Right.
So
Susie wants to know, will offers to buyers work if I'm selling something new in multiple sizes? I'm not entirely sure. I know when it very first started out, it was only things that you had quantity of one. That's
it
no
does
longer
do multiple quantity.
It does do multiple quantity. I'm not entirely sure about stuff where you have variations like sizes and stuff like that. So I can't really answer that. But so now, and it used to be that you had to have best offer enabled. I don't think you have to have best offer anymore.
No, you do not.
And then
they've been slowly refining it as they've been rolling it out.
Yeah, they kind of set it up and then they've been kind of making changes along the way.
And yes, there is a backdoor way to do it, and we'll show you how to do that, but that is very, very limited. So that's, you know what, since it's going to be rolling out to everybody within the next couple of weeks, it's like,
Yeah.
It is on your app as well. It'll most people see it on the app.
We'll show that.
The app, like we're going to show that as well. The app, like everything else on the app, is limited, and it kind of sucks. It's nowhere near as good as it is on the desktop version. Yeah. So at some point, maybe their app functionality will be anywhere close to what it is on the actual web-based application of eBay, but I'm not holding my breath. They've never been able to make their app work as well as the website does on anything. So
yeah, so there's certain things that like we kind of know sort of how it works. We know that I think it has to be listed for a certain number of days, at least like a few days.
It has to be at least a few days. It used to be 2 weeks. It doesn't have to be 2 weeks anymore.
Yeah, I think it's just a few days. And then there's you can only do it like 3 times per listing. They don't really make it super clear. Like for instance, my most watched item has 23 watchers, but when I send the thing out, usually it'll be like 11 watchers received your offer. So I don't completely know how they determine some of these things, but to a certain degree, it doesn't really matter. all that matters is if it tells you that you can send offers, then go ahead and do it. And it'll show, if it's eligible, it'll show up on the screen. My shirt says Taco Cat, spelled backwards is Taco Cat. That's what it says. Oh, Diane says, I just got it yesterday on PC. Well, you can do it from your phone, and we'll show you.
We'll show you. It's just very limited on the phone.
I think there's some bugs there. It's not quite worked out there. I don't know what the problem is, but again, it's pretty much like anything else on the app.
Yeah, it's like anything else on the app. It's not as easy to create a listing. It's not as easy to edit. It's not as easy to.
So I'm going to go ahead.
The app is very limited.
I'm going to go ahead and share our screen, and we'll just like we haven't like prepared like, oh, we've prepared this teaching module, or we haven't done anything like that. We're just basically talking about it. We're going to go through and just kind of like show stuff, and you guys can ask questions or whatever.
The best thing I would say about rather than trying to figure out how to do it on the app on your phone, I would suggest trying to save your Seller Hub as a shortcut on your phone. And I do all of my eBay work from the Seller Hub as a shortcut on my phone when I'm trying to use it instead of using the app. I
use the app for some things. I'll use the app to respond to offers. I'll use the app to respond to questions like messages.
Right, that's it.
But like I don't use the app really to look up comps. I like go to my Seller Hub on my phone in the browser. So
same.
It's kind of a pain, but I just feel like it works better. Okay, so I'm in the Seller Hub. This is the listings tab. And if you have the offers to buyers feature, it's going to show up right here. So here you can see it says show eligibility, and there's a few different things you can hit. Right now it's set on promoted listings. I'm going to click it over to offer to buyers. And I actually already have this sorted right now. So it's going from my highest number of watchers and down. And so you can see right here, it'll say right here if it's eligible for you to send offers to buyers. Now, I don't know that it really is for this shirt anymore because I've sent a few out. So I don't know, but we can always look. But I'll scroll down, and at some point we should see one like this one says not eligible to send offers. I don't know why.
Even though you have 9 watchers.
Even though I have 9 watchers, it could be because all of those same watchers have already gotten 3 offers.
It could be that they have checked off they don't want to receive notifications from eBay.
Yeah, so
on their personal notifications.
Whatever, so you're going to see that. So you
show Colleen how to sort like that. Go back up and show her how to sort.
Okay, so as you can see, there's different columns on this listing thing. First of all, I'll show you guys real quick because some of you may not know this. You can customize this page. So if you hit customize, you can go through and you can check the things that you want to make sure that you can see. So if there's anything on here that you can't see on your page, it could be that you don't have it checked right now. I don't really do auctions too much, so I don't have like any of this stuff checked. One of the things you have to add yourself is the start date. This is a good way to go back and see which of your listings are your oldest listings. But this is how you can customize what you can see on this page. And then once you have that customized, you can go through and you can pretty much sort on any of these. So you just click on watcher and it'll sort it. Now it's sorted from 0 on up. But like I said, none of these are going to be eligible to send offers because there's no watchers to send them to. So I'm going to go back again and resort this.
Allison, you can just end your listing. So as far as retracting your offers, if the item sells on Etsy or another platform, just end the listing like you normally would.
Yeah,
that happens to me. So
yeah, you can end a listing anytime. But you know what? You can. I'm pretty sure you can retract offers if for some reason you wanted to. I've retracted regular offers. I don't know if I've tried it with an offer to watcher yet, or offer to buyer. So anyway, so now we've got them all listed this way. And then what do you usually do when how do you do it?
Okay, so I will, on my keyboard, I will click on, with my left hand, I'm usually going to click on the control button on the left. And then.
Well, what does that do?
That actually allows you to open up multiple windows across the top of your screen. And that's going to make it a lot easier for you because, okay, well, let's show you how to do it regularly. If you're going to send just one, send offers to buyers, you're going to hit here, you're going to click on that little button and it's going to open up a window. Really?
Yeah, see, I bet that one
that's the one you can't. Okay, sorry.
I would bet probably a lot of them are going to be like that.
Okay, let me find one. Let's just say, let's go to Batman. Bartman, whatever. Send offer to buyers. So you just click on, really?
See?
Oh, you
So
sent a bunch out already.
See, this is what I'm telling you guys. So some of these things are not working as great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll down because I don't know why it still says that. And then it'll say, oh, you've already sent too many. So let's go. We're just going to skip to the third page. It's probably going to be two watchers.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of watchers on my things at all.
Here, I'll go ahead and click on this one.
Okay, so if you click on it, it's going to open up this screen here. And then you're able to go and put in, so it says, even though you had 2 watchers, you're only going to be able to send this to one interested buyer. So then you put there what you put in, whatever, I don't know what, 20.
Let's do 24.
So $24.
Now
I happen to end mine in a round number so that I know when a sale comes through, what it comes through.
Yeah, you don't have to put the 00 there, just to let you guys know that it's quicker if you put the number in.
It sends a message to your buyer automatically that I think is pretty well worded. The one that comes directly from eBay, it says something like you're getting a specialized offer sent to you and a select few other people. You have 48 hours to respond.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. So I don't feel a need to put my own personalized message in there. You're welcome to do so if you'd like, but it takes more time to do that.
When I first started, I was sending a message there. Me too. And then I finally saw what the email looked like that they got, and I realized it really was redundant. Helpful. It didn't help. Now, the only time I would say that you would want to put a message in there is one of those times when they have those extra 15% off sales on eBay where they have a code or whatever, and you want to send a bunch of offers to watchers, offers to buyers. You can add in there like, hey, today only until this time, if you use this code, you can get another 15% off on top of this. And so that's one thing that you can
with
do.
The eBay coupons and things like that. I did that the last one we had, and I got a ton of sales from it. So
Sunny wants to know, once we end the item, if we had a promotion, would we still get charged for that if we end the item? No. If you're talking about like promoted listings, you only get charged if you sell it through that promotion. So if you're just ending an item, you're not getting charged for any kind of promoting.
So once you put the offer price in there, you're just going to hit send offer to buyer, and there you go.
Bam.
Now because of this is where it makes it a little bit it's very time consuming if you do this one at a time like that. So then you want to get yourself back to that page that you were at. You got to go back 2, 3 things. So the easiest way to do this is, like I said, you're going to come down here, and I'm going to show you how to open up multiples. So you're going to click on the control button.
Yeah, hold the
control key on your keyboard, and click on this. Click on the send offer to buyer. So you'd go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as many as you want. I've opened up like 50 of them at a time.
Hold on a second, guys. She's made the screen really super tiny. All right.
So I've done it and clicked on about 100 at a time. So once you do that, you're going to have all these multiple windows across your screen. Makes it a lot easier. Then you can go in. I don't want to send offers on your behalf. I don't know what you want to send stuff.
Well, and so here's one thing that I'll actually do is I'll go through and I will hit send, and I'll just immediately go to the next one. Yep. I kind of have an idea in my mind. I won't even wait for it to finish up.
Same thing.
This is the fastest way to do it. I kind of have in my mind like a set amount that I'm willing to take, and some of them I might get more into this in a little bit about kind of what your strategy could be for how much money you want to take off. Actually, I'm gonna make that 140. And so I just go through real fast and do this, and then I'll usually go back here and make sure that
you make sure that it went through.
Bam, 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 bam. So those all went through. This is the page that's, need to make it big again. There we go. Anyway, so that's a way that you can go make it go a little bit faster. Now, is that the most effective way or efficient way? I mean, that's the fastest, as far as I know.
As far as we know, that's the fastest way you can do it now.
Yeah.
That's the fastest way to do it. Let me see. There was a quick question in there from Noel. He sent an offer out to an item that had 12 watchers and only was sent to 7. Any idea why?
No.
That's what we were talking about. No, we really don't know why. It may be that you've sent an offer to that person, a couple of those people before. You're only allowed to send a maximum of 3 offers to any person at any given time, and they have to be acceptable to receiving offers and promotions from eBay. So they may have checked off their privacy settings if they don't want them.
I'm gonna do another little series. Did I do this one? I don't know. It won't let me do it. It's yeah, that one I already did. See, some of these, it's like, it still lets you open it up, and then it'll be like, oh, nope, not anymore.
Because you already sent it.
Yeah, because I already sent it. So to go through, I'm just kind of trying to show you guys like how fast you can really do this. And for me, and again, we'll get more into it later, like what your strategy might be for price stop. But I can go pretty fast because I have in my mind kind of like, oh, based on what the original price is, what I'm willing to go down to. But we'll talk about that a little bit more here in a few minutes.
Colleen made her screen small. Show her how to make it big again, like I just did to yours. It means you scrolled on your button on your mouse. You use the roller part of your mouse.
So
hit control,
and then just hit the plus button on your keyboard. There's a plus button at the top of your keyboard. It's basically
and
zoom and zoom
Latanya, this is going to be available to everyone by the end of April, and probably 75 to 80% of all eBay sellers have it at this point.
Yeah.
It is rolling out in stages to everyone.
Yeah, if you don't see it right now, then. Anyway, so that's basically how it works on the desktop. That's pretty much the only way to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and take the screen share off for now so that I can show it on the phone. You did fix calling? Yeah, I was like, yeah. Anyway, so on the app, they do have the feature on the app as well. Which when I first saw it, I was like, awesome, because, you know, it's like the whole offers to buyers thing. It's like, yeah, you can go really fast if you're sitting at your keyboard, but this, to me, this would be like the perfect thing to be just kind of hanging out. You're done working for the day. You're sitting, maybe you're just sitting like in your jammies, watching TV. It would be awesome to be able to just do it on your app and throw out a couple, you know, get some activity going, maybe push for some sales. And I know a lot of times, like, even though we've had this feature for a few months, I forget to do it. I'll go, a week will go by and I'll be like, oh, I haven't sent any of those.
I do it about once a week. I sit down. Generally, it ends up being, for some reason, Saturday mornings for me that I do that. But I don't plan it that way. It's just the way it works. If you offer to someone and someone else buys the item, am I obligated to the person you made the offer to? No, not at all. No, it's a first come, first serve. Whoever buys it, buys it. A sale is a sale. And the other question was, and yes, they can haggle on the offer. They actually, they have to send you an offer. You can't reply to this. They either have to accept it or decline it or ignore it.
You won't know anything until all of a sudden somebody will pay for something, and they'll pay. All of a sudden, I'll have a T-shirt sell for $24, and I'll know, oh, they bought that because of that offer I sent a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing: they cannot respond to it.
They can't haggle back and forth. They either accept it or not, and then that's the way it works. Now, but can they still send you offers, and can other people send you offers that are lower than what you sent to them? Yes, but that's a different haggling back and forth.
So I will say there are some parts of this that I think could be better. And so, for instance, like what we were just saying, so you send out this offer to a bunch of people. First of all, you don't know who they are, which is fair because it's their privacy. They haven't reached out to you. They're just watching your item. And so you don't know what their identity is.
Right. You could be sending it to another seller.
Whatever.
You don't know.
Right. So what will happen is you'll send out the offer. They might go and look at your listing and think like, well, I'll buy it, but I'll buy it for lower. And so they might go, it's not a counter offer because they're initiating an offer through your listing because they can't respond to your offer. So you might get an offer back from them, but you're not going to know that it was somebody that you sent that initial offer to, which is a little bit tough because like a T-shirt that's $27.99, I will do an offer to buyers that's at $24. But if somebody offers me $20, I will respond with 26. And I'm kind of like, ugh, like what if I sent a $24 offer to that person and now I don't know who they are, and now I'm sending them another offer for more than the initial offer I sent them. So it's a little bit like, I don't really like that as much, but whatever. Okay, let's look at the app. Are you getting into the Skittles again?
I might be.
Guys, she's getting into the Skittles again. Anyway, so you're on your app. And so what you're going to do is you're going to hit selling. Okay. So here you can see my 60-day total. It's a little sad. Vicky's is way better than mine. You want to show off yours and you can make me look bad. Anyway, right here it says send offers to buyers, and it says 5. There's always going to be a 5 there. So I'm going to click on that, and this is the screen it takes me to. Okay. So I'm like, awesome. So you can only see 5 at a time. Now, one of the things is you cannot pick which 5. Unlike the desktop, you can't like go to different pages. You can't sort it by whatever you have the most watchers on. What they basically do is they take your oldest listings that are eligible, and you can see, look at how terrible those pictures are. Look at that. Look at that. Look how dark the background is. It's awful.
Oh, jeez.
Anyway, so you click on one, so you can see this jacket down at the bottom. It says there's one. I'm going to send an offer to that person, and then you put in what your amount is that you want. I'm going to go real low because I want to get rid of this thing. This is a women's jacket, so I'm going to put $50 in, and I'm going to review the offer, and then I'm going to submit the offer. Okay, so I'm like, offer sent, woohoo, offer sent, great.
No, that is not an iPhone app. It's an Android.
Yeah.
app.
So now,
I think the app looks the same whether it's iPhone or Android.
There's usually some slight differences. Wow. So this time it actually did replace that one. There's a different one. What I have found is that I'll go through and do my 5 offers, and then 5 days later, it's still going to be those same 5 items that like I already made offers on. I can't make any more offers on, guys. So you can do a couple offers on yours. I'm going to send offers on all of these and see if they actually.
So again, you go to your page, your page on your app, and you're going to click. You just press on send offers to buyers, and it always only shows 5. For me, it has 5 super low priced items that I probably wouldn't do that on anyway. But
it's only your oldest ones. So you can't really.
It's like choose. They're really old. So, you click and send an offer. I had like a $15 thing there. I probably wouldn't normally send an offer on.
Mm-hmm. I'm sending some offers here. Send some offers here. Okay, so this one's actually replacing. So far, it's actually replacing them. So maybe it's going to do it for me for a while. So I'm a little bit happier now. But again, it's all of my oldest ones, which is kind of a pain. But you know what? If we're only going to get a limited version on our phone, I guess it's better than nothing. It's still good. But yeah, that's pretty cool. So what's your best thing that you have sold? Your best sale you've had so far using offers to watchers?
I just sold one yesterday.
What was it?
I sold a Lululemon jacket that I have listed for like $110 or so, and I sent an offer. I usually send them more significant than a sale price. So I sent an offer for 80, and it was bought like immediately. I do it frequently. So I'll send it out on like my higher priced items.
Yeah, I like
and then I take, and it'll be, cause it's only for a short period of time, and I'll send off like a significant chunk out.
Yeah.
Like if something's listed for 200, I may send an offer for 125 out just to get it sold to drum up some numbers.
Yeah. So it does go out for 48 hours. Captain Bill's treasure is correct. You have to offer at least 5% off of the price to send it as well. My whole theory, and it's kind of like what Vicki was saying as well. My whole theory is that you're sending a message to somebody. Don't waste their time. Like, have you ever gotten an email on something and been like, oh, you can get 7% off? It's like, don't waste their time with some ridiculous offer that's not even good. It's like,
deal.
Make it worth their while to even look. So if they're not just another seller that's checking out your stuff, if they're somebody who really wants to buy your item, make it something significant. Make it more than what your normal sale price. Like if you would normally have a 25% off sale, send an offer out that's like 30% off or something like that. Like make it something significant because you want them to grab at it. I know for me, probably my most successful ones, I sold both of those Metallica t-shirts. I priced my stuff super high, but I leave lots of room for negotiation. And so I sent offers out on both those t-shirts for $175 each, and one sold one night and the other one was sold by the morning. I think it's awesome for like my stuff that's more desirable because I'll have a bunch of watchers. And so I feel like, when they get the message saying like, here's a huge amount knocked off and there's other people that are looking at it as well, you better hurry up and get it. To me, it creates that kind of sense of urgency.
Yeah, I think I like the sense of urgency, and that, like I said, you mentioned it well. I send it on my higher priced items, definitely, because that's the kind of stuff that you want to sell and not sit on for as long. At least that's how I feel. So, I might be willing, if I'm having a slow week, I might be willing to accept $50 on something I have priced at 100 because I have room for that there. Most of my stuff I pay very, very little for. I pay $1 on, for every $10 I sell, I pay $1 for the item. So for the most part, I'm willing to accept a lower amount. I might be able to get $100 if I wait 6 months, but maybe I'll send an offer out if I've got a bunch of watchers for 50.
Yeah.
So
Sandy, you're not going to know if your watches are other sellers, but some of them are going to be. I watch stuff that I just want to see how it turns out, but I also watch stuff that I legitimately want to buy. And, people will say like, oh, all your watchers are just other sellers that are looking at your stuff. It's like, there's some of them. I watch stuff I want to buy all the time, and I'll go back and buy it. It's like, I want to buy it, but I'm not sure I want to spend the money right then, or I want to see if I can get a better price, or for whatever. I have lots of reasons why I watch stuff. And so while yes, some of your watchers are going to be other sellers, like just looking at the competition or whatever, it also is an indication of how desirable an item is. If you list something and you never have a watcher on it, or you list something that's super cool and you immediately get like a bunch of watchers, they may not all be people who are going to buy it, but it at least means that your item is of interest. It's people want to know what's going on with it. So it matters. And the other thing is, sending out some, like, you're lowballing yourself, basically sending out these low offers to watchers. Let's say you're having a really slow sales day, or you're having a no sales day. Any sale will bump up the activity in your store. So if you make a sale, it automatically kind of like bumps everything up. And so it can have like to a certain degree, you can have a snowball effect. So if you're really like, things are stagnant and you want to get stuff moving, send some offers out. Find some stuff in your store
that's old
that like you're just sick of looking at. Make sure that you cover your costs and everything, and send out some really low offers and just get some stuff out of your store. Get stuff moving.
Let's see. Yeah, I think Captain Bill, I think my success rate is probably somewhere around there. Maybe 10 to 15%, because I do send out several. I will say that I don't have very many items in my store that have been listed for longer than 90 days. So I don't have, like, some people have like 15, 20, 30, 40 watchers on an item. I can't even get, by the time you're done with my first page of 200 items, I'm down to 2 watchers. So that's just the way it is for me.
Yeah. I think because I do a lot of like streetwear and vintage stuff, I do get quite a few watchers and a lot of stuff. But so Captain Bill's Treasure wants to know what you would estimate your success rate is.
That's what I just answered that question.
I'm sorry. I was looking at other stuff. Let's see. What's eBay's fees for? No, there's no fees. They want to sell stuff. eBay, they get the final value fees. They're not charging extra.
It's no extra. There's no charge for it. It's just a feature that has been added.
Which, speaking of, this is like an awesome feature that eBay is giving us, because you know what? Etsy doesn't have this. We both sell on Etsy. Etsy has a slightly similar feature, sort of. You can set up coupons. That's why I'm saying sort of.
It doesn't really work.
It does and it doesn't. So they sort of have a ssimilar feature in that you can set up a coupon code to be automatically sent out to people who like or favorite your items, and you can also have one sent out to people who leave stuff in their cart. Like, you ever get, you put something in your cart, and then your virtual cart, and then you go do something else, and then like a couple days later you get an email that says like, hey, what about this thing you got in your cart? You still interested in it?
It does it for Amazon and for eBay.
Yeah. So in Etsy, you can actually set up a thing where it'll send out an email with a coupon code for that item for, like, let's say however much you want it to be, 10% off, 15% off. But the difference is you have to pay for it. Every single one that goes out costs 10 cents.
Yeah, I don't feel like they really, I have it set up to send them out, and I feel like they don't really send very many. So
yeah, which is weird because I don't really understand it, because they do charge you. But my point is, that's the closest thing to what this is that they have on Etsy, and you have to pay for it whether it works or not. They did have it for free during the Christmas season, so that was kind of nice, but still.
Let's see. Sunny, we do not have the link for the mannequins we use because actually my mannequins came from a store closing sale. Mine came from a Macy's that closed.
I bought mine from actually the Habitat for Humanity Restore in Oregon. They just happened to
She's
have
just got the little half mannequin,
but like
they're like $10 from China.
Just if you just like Google it, search it, and eBay it, like you can buy one for like $35-$40.
I don't even think they're that much. The one like you have, yours is like super cheap, like easy to find and easy to get.
Yeah, for sure.
Mine are expensive because I did pay over $100 a piece for them, but they are the solid mannequins, like you take the arms off and solid torsos and stuff.
Yeah.
Grandma Cheap just got the invite to join Terapeak. What's your opinion on this tool? Well, speaking of, I've had Terapeak I actually just canceled my subscription last September, but I had Terapeak for well over 10 years. I was a paying subscriber to Terapeak. I absolutely love it. And the fact that we are now going to have it free through eBay is fantastic. So we are going to be doing a show on Terapeak within the next week or two. I have to refamiliarize myself with it. It has had some changes now that it's on eBay's platform and eBay owns it. It's a little bit different, but it's a fantastic tool. So we're going to be talking about it.
I did not have it before, so I just started having myself use it on Monday, I believe. And so I'm kind of familiarizing myself with it and using it because anytime I'm listing stuff, I do use I'll use WorthPoint, I'll use eBay. And I like to look at solds. I like to see what's going on and what stuff is sold for. So it's an awesome tool so far. I'm still getting used to it. I'm still kind of getting my feel for it. So when we do that show, hopefully we'll be able to help people.
We'll talk a little bit more about it and how to do it and show you guys how to do it.
What is Terapeak?
Terapeak is a data processor. It's a data tool that collects all of the sales data from eBay because it's now integrated and owned by eBay. It goes back 1 year on sales. So if you're looking up to find comps on an item, it's going to tell you what the average sale price is that something sold for, whether it's sold in store or it's sold in auction, the average days online, the average percentage of free shipping that was used, what the average shipping cost was if it was not free shipping, what day of the week it sells best on, what category it sells best in. All of those type of things. It's going to help you choose the best categories, the best pricing, and the best format for what your sales, what your items are.
Aaron, I don't think if buyers had access to it, I mean, buyers already have access to sold prices on eBay. So they already can go back 90 days. Can they go back 100? I mean, a full year? No, not without having Terapeak, but I don't think it would matter. I mean, some people are savvy buyers and some people aren't. Some people pay attention to what stuff sells for and some people don't. And sometimes that doesn't even matter anyway, because it isn't always the lowest price. It's like, you can go to Walmart or Winco or, different places to get your groceries really, really cheap, or, you can run into Walgreens and get something that you need really fast or a convenience store, and you're going to pay twice as much, but that's because you weigh other things like convenience. And so, or, availability right now. So, people have different reasons. I'm not worried about buyers have the access to pretty much the same information we do. It's just for the most part, they're not.
Lots of buyers are also sellers. The reality is that even though eBay is an enormous platform, a lot of the buyers are sellers as well. So, yeah, if you have, Colleen said, if you have a Charlotte Russe near you, you might be able to get some mannequins there. When stores close, that's a good way to get mannequins. I paid up for them. Like I said, I paid more than I would have for the inexpensive mannequins, but they're good mannequins.
See, and I like my cheapo little half manny, and he works great for what I do.
And as a matter of fact, I've been using her half mannequin more than my big mannequins because it's a lot easier to dress it.
Yeah.
So we will be going into that, and we'll be showing you how to access it and how to use it.
Yeah, for sure. Because we want to be able to I think it's one of the best things, people, and we've talked about this too. I know we've had conversations where you've talked about how, over the last few years, it feels like eBay has taken away more than they've given. And, part of that is just the natural changes in any marketplace and just the way things go and costs do go up. But I think there's a couple of things, and this offers to buyers is a huge, huge, huge thing that we've gotten this year.
It's a great thing.
I know that we haven't been using it to its full potential, and I know, I hope that they make some changes.
I've been using it quite a bit, I have to say.
I need to use it more. I need to use it more. because I definitely go for like a week at a time without doing any. So there's that they've given us, and then now Terapeak. I mean, I know just based on what the little bit I've used it. I mean, the fact that we're just getting it.
Terapeak's fantastic. I have to say, like I said, I had it for over 10 years, and I was grandfathered into a very inexpensive price of like $169 a year or something like that. But when I canceled my subscription, it was up to $39, or either $29 or $39 a month. And many thousands of people paid that subscription because it was worth that. Because I'm not selling antiques and collectibles the way that I used to, I did not feel it was worth it for me. And it had changed when eBay bought it. It did change the structure and the way it worked a little bit. So I found that it wasn't quite as user friendly. They have worked out those kinks, and it definitely looks a lot more like the old Terapeak that I loved. So I'm kind of excited about that, and the fact that it's free. That's cool. You know, there are things that change all the time. Fees go up. You know, we feel like eBay makes changes that don't always benefit us, or that we don't always agree with for one reason or another. These are actually two things that are really good.
They add a lot of value. A lot.
Yeah, two things that are really good that have added values to our business and to the way that we sell. And I think that they're benefits to everybody, no matter what level of seller that you're at, because they are features that come for free with, as long as you have a store subscription. So
yeah,
kind of excited about that.
I will say real quick, speaking on the subject of being able to do like hold on a second, guys. Being able to do kind of market research, because I've been selling what do you call it, records lately. I've been using Discogs a lot. So I don't know if any of you guys are selling any kind of like media stuff, any kind of music, like CDs or records or cassettes. If you're not using Discogs, it's DISCOGS.com, Discogs. It's an awesome website. It's a great website for one thing. I can track like my own collection, which is really cool. It's a great way to look up like specific, you know how there's like different pressings of records and different releases of everything. But my point is, on Discogs, what's really cool is people actually sell on Discogs, so you can see how many of a certain album are being sold for what price, but it also tracks the history of it. It'll show the lowest it's sold for, the highest it's sold for, the average price it sells for. It's really cool, because I
used to use Discogs about 10 years ago. I used to sell a lot of record albums, and I started using it then, and it's still a great tool. Because it tells you all the kind of things that Terapeak does, but specifically for albums and things.
And if you want to buy stuff for yourself, prices tend to be lower on there, because people who go shop on Discogs tend to be a lot more savvy and know what things are worth. So you're really getting a really good idea of what the true value is of certain albums and stuff like that. But they usually will sell for higher on other platforms like eBay.
Armando, I've heard of the Completely app, but I've never used it for anything.
Completely is only on, I believe it's only on Apple. It's only on the iPhone.
Oh, there you go.
There are a couple of other apps that are similar, but I will say that the Terapeak, in a lot of ways, a lot of the information on Terapeak is very similar to what you get on that Completely app and some of the other ones. Yeah. Sunny wants to know, am I finding that records are coming back into the light? Records have always been had some level of popularity. With collectors. There was a small amount of time when CDs became super popular that people were like getting rid of records left and right. But for the most part, they've held their popularity. But then they'll go through periods, and like right now, they're in a period right now where they've shot back up to like super popular. But they've never fully gone away, because for a lot of people, there's more to it than just. It's not like cassettes, where cassettes wear and CDs get scratched and also degrade. Records, if taken care of, can last for pretty much forever. And the sound is good, but to some people people will say that the sound is better, but you really have to have like a $10,000 setup in order to really be able to hear the difference for the most part. But yes, short answer, yes, they are becoming super popular.
And they're more very collectible in certain genres.
Very collectible.
And they kind of always have been.
Yes, and right now they're having this huge thing. Like I'd say within the last 5 to 10 years, more of like the last 5 has been this huge resurgence, and especially like doing the color vinyls and like limited pressings and stuff like that. It's been a really big thing in the last like 5 years.
Basically, if you can find the record at a record store or at a garage sale or at the Salvation Army or whatever in their records bins, 99% of the time those are worthless. Those are not the ones that you want to buy for resale or collect. They're all scratched up, the covers are all torn, they're crappy. That's not what you want. But the limited editions and things like that, certain areas and certain places, you find them in record stores that you're probably not going to find them in a thrift store. It's one of those like needle in a haystack if you find it in a thrift store.
Yeah.
But
so Angela says average sale price, sell-through rate are the name of the game. Would you guys say having a YouTube show has made your sell-through rate increase a lot? I would say absolutely not. I don't think
our YouTube show has not affected our sales in any capacity.
I would say I've sold 3, maybe 4 things. I think I've sold like just one thing through my store to somebody who watches us on the show, and then I've sold like 2 or 3 things because I showed them on a video and somebody bought them. But it's always been like a t-shirt for $20-$25, or I think the most it was like jacket for like $50.
I sold one thing to a watcher. It actually was Sunny, and I didn't know it was her.
Yeah, so really, as far when you look at like our numbers on a whole, to have like a couple of items sell over a period of a year, have thousands of things sold to somebody who watches our show, really not. No, not really.
And sell-through rate, sell-through rate may be the name of the game. Average sale price is more important than sell-through rate, I have to say. Because if you look at actual sell-through rate, my sell-through rate's like 10%, 12%.
It's all like a weird balancing act, because
it's all relative.
Because if your goal, if you're doing like tight margins and maybe you're buying things in bulk or you're wholesaling or something like that, your sell-through rate's super important, because you need to get that crap out the door. You need to be, the whole idea is that you're wanting to push volume, and so you need to be turning stuff over very quickly. For us, we would say we probably value much more is our average sale price, but there is a certain amount of the sell-through rate that is important. You don't want to, like, we talk about stuff that we've had for 2 or 3 years. We don't really want that to happen.
Right.
Ideally, you shouldn't have anything, I would say, for more than like a year. If we buy something and it takes more than a year to sell it, it probably was not a great buy. But
okay, so the other question, it was not a YouTube lurker that bought those fancy overalls, but it was a Facebook friend. A Facebook friend that is also an eBay seller did buy those, because I did post them on Facebook. So that had nothing to do with the YouTube, because she doesn't watch the YouTube show, but she is a Facebook friend that is an eBay
seller. We met
seller.
her through eBay. But yeah, so
Noelle says, Don, the auction professor, has a lot of good info on records. Good to know.
Very, very cool. There was something else that I was going to see. Yeah, maybe Vicky will buy me that 10,000 set. I don't want a $10,000.
Not bloody likely.
But I am hanging on to my my receiver that I paid $10 for, that she realized she could have sold for $200. But so I like having nicer equipment, but I'm not paying for it, and I'm not letting her pay for it. Anyway. All right, we're almost at 2 o'clock here. So hopefully we helped out a little bit. We just wanted to kind of show how it worked, especially now more of you hopefully have this feature. And
I think when we first talked about it and rolled it out, it was very limited. I think maybe 10% of the population had it. At this point, I believe we're closer to 75% of all sellers have it, and all sellers should have it by the end of April.
Yeah, hopefully. Anyway. So we got some work to do. I got some more similars to do. Right? Am I right?
When you send offers, do you think you're bumping up your store visibility? I don't really know, but sure, I'd like to think so. I think it's activity in your store like anything else.
Yeah, I think so, because I've sent offers. I've done it and had it sell for full price to somebody who I'm assuming I did not send an offer to, because why wouldn't they accept it at a lower offer?
Right.
So I really think it does. I think it adds visibility, because a lot of times, like, you send an offer and then maybe they go, "Ooh, I'm going to go look at that listing again." And even if they don't accept it, it still is activity and traffic to your pages and stuff. So
I made the mistake of not just doing a buy it now, because somebody had an offer on something.
And made my mistake
yesterday. I'm full of regret.
She's full of regret.
I found my wedding dress online that I wanted. And I sent an offer, and she didn't respond to my offer for 12 hours, and someone bought it at full price.
Yeah. Anyway, guys,
which I would have done.
Thank you for hanging out with us today. We will be back on Friday. look tomorrow for another You Tell Us little shorty segment. We'll be asking another question of you guys, and we love all the responses that we've gotten so far. It seems to be a super popular new video that we do every
little
week
segment, and we love having the we like having the interaction and the responses. That's the whole point.
It's really awesome. So be on the lookout for that. That'll go live tomorrow morning, and you'll see what our question of the week is. And
what is our question of the week?
Well, you'll have to wait and see.
I don't even know.
You'll get to see the question of the week tomorrow morning. So please make sure you watch that. They're usually like maybe 7-8 minutes long. So we love to hear your guys' feedback. And then we're going to be sourcing tomorrow. So Saturday there'll be another sourcing video. Friday, of course.
No super chat dance. So there's one earlier. She did do the super chat song for the one super chat that came in. So,
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I did. Red Neckerson resales. He has his own special yeehaw that he gets and guns in the air and stuff like that. So anyway, guys, thank you so much. We will see you on Friday. Come hang out with us for No Pants Friday. Go get some work done. It's Boss Up and List Day, so make sure you're participating in the boss group. And we will see you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.